The anxious generation refers to a growing concern about the increasing levels of anxiety, stress, and mental health challenges faced by younger generations, particularly millennials and Gen Z. This phenomenon has become a topic of significant discussion, as young people today are seen to be grappling with higher levels of anxiety compared to previous generations. Introduction to the anxious generation. In recent decades, societal changes, advancements in technology, and shifts in cultural norms have all contributed to creating what many experts now refer to as the anxious generation. This generation, largely composed of millennials and Generation Z, has become the focus of research, media, and popular discourse due to the rising levels of anxiety and stress among its members. Though anxiety is a normal human response to stress, its prevalence among young people today is alarming. Studies show that younger generations are reporting higher rates of anxiety than their predecessors. Many factors are contributing to this trend, and understanding them is crucial to addressing the mental health needs of these individuals. The role of technology and social media. One of the primary drivers of this anxiety is the ubiquitous presence of technology, and, in particular, social media. While these tools have brought about revolutionary changes in how we communicate and access information, they have also introduced unique stressors. Social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok have become key spaces where young people measure their social worth. The pressure to maintain an idealized image and compare oneself to others often results in feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. This phenomenon is exacerbated by the constant availability of social media, which leads to a cycle of continuous checking and posting. Furthermore, the pressure to perform and receive validation in the form of likes, comments, and followers fosters a culture of comparison that intensifies self-doubt and anxiety. Studies show that people who spend more time on social media are more likely to experience anxiety, as these platforms create unrealistic expectations about how life should be. Economic instability and job market pressure. Another contributing factor to the anxiety experienced by younger generations is economic instability. Millennials and Generation Z are entering a workforce that is far less stable and predictable than that of previous generations. The traditional model of climbing the corporate ladder and securing long-term employment has become increasingly rare, replaced by temporary, contract, and gig work. Young people face high levels of uncertainty regarding their careers, as well as mounting student debt, skyrocketing housing prices, and stagnant wages. This economic precariousness weighs heavily on their mental health as they grapple with the pressures of finding financial security in an ever-changing world. For many, the gig economy offers only temporary solutions, and the lack of stability amplifies feelings of stress and anxiety. Moreover, economic inequality continues to grow, making it more difficult for younger generations to achieve the same level of financial success as their parents. Academic pressures and achievement anxiety. The pressure to achieve academically is another major source of anxiety for the younger generation. From a young age, students today are exposed to intense academic competition, with a heavy emphasis on standardized testing and college admissions. As universities become increasingly selective, students feel the need to build perfect resumes, excel in every subject, and engage in a multitude of extracurricular activities. This relentless pursuit of perfection leads to burnout, anxiety, and feelings of failure when young people cannot meet these high expectations. Moreover, the pressure to succeed academically does not end with college admissions. Once enrolled, students are expected to continue excelling in their studies, internships, and jobs, all while navigating the personal challenges of adulthood. The impact of global events. Global events, including political instability, climate change, and pandemics like COVID-19, have also contributed to the anxiety felt by young people today. With access to real-time news through smartphones and social media, younger generations are constantly bombarded with information about crises around the world. The threat of climate change, in particular, has created an overwhelming sense of helplessness and fear for the future. Many young people are worried about the long-term consequences of environmental degradation, and some even experience climate anxiety, a term used to describe the stress and fear associated with global warming and its impact on future generations. Similarly, political instability, social injustices, and ongoing conflicts around the world have left many young people feeling disillusioned and anxious about the future. The unpredictability of world events makes it difficult to plan for the future, leading to heightened levels of uncertainty and stress. Mental health stigma and lack of resources. Despite the growing awareness of mental health issues, there remains a stigma associated with anxiety and other mental health conditions. Many young people feel uncomfortable seeking help for their anxiety due to the fear of being judged or misunderstood. Additionally, access to mental health resources remains a significant barrier for many. Therapy and counseling services can be expensive, and in some regions, they are not readily available. As a result, many individuals do not receive the support they need to manage their anxiety, exacerbating the problem. This lack of resources is particularly concerning in educational settings. Schools and universities often do not have enough mental health counselors to meet the needs of their students, leaving many to struggle in silence. The influence of parenting and cultural shifts. Parenting styles have also played a role in shaping the anxious generation. Over the past few decades, there has been a shift towards more protective and controlling parenting styles, often referred to as helicopter parenting. Parents, motivated by the desire to keep their children safe and successful, may inadvertently contribute to their children's anxiety by shielding them from challenges and failures. As a result, many young people enter adulthood without the resilience needed to navigate life's inevitable setbacks. The fear of failure becomes overwhelming, leading to heightened levels of anxiety. Culturally, there has also been a shift in how society views success and self-worth. The emphasis on individual achievement and material success has created a pressure cooker environment in which young people feel they must constantly prove their worth. Coping mechanisms and solutions. While the challenges faced by the anxious generation are significant, there are coping mechanisms and solutions that can help mitigate the effects of anxiety. Developing healthy coping strategies, such as mindfulness, exercise, and time management, can help individuals manage their anxiety more effectively. Additionally, fostering a more supportive and open environment around mental health is crucial. Reducing the stigma associated with seeking help and increasing access to mental health resources are essential steps in addressing the mental health crisis faced by younger generations. Educational institutions, workplaces, and governments all have a role to play in creating a culture that prioritizes mental well-being. By providing mental health resources, offering support systems, and promoting work-life balance, we can help alleviate the pressures faced by younger generations. Conclusion: the anxious generation is a reflection of the unique challenges faced by millennials and Generation Z in the modern world. From the pressures of social media and academic achievement to economic instability and global crises, the sources of anxiety are multifaceted and deeply ingrained in the fabric of society. Addressing this anxiety requires a collective effort to change how we approach mental health, education, and the workforce. By creating a more supportive and resilient society, we can help alleviate the burdens of anxiety and empower younger generations to thrive in an uncertain world.